Hey babes, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I am Jay. So in today's video, I decided to go ahead and give you guys a halo cut crease using the Be Perfect Carnival 3 palette. So let's just skip the chit chat and get right into it. Okay, so first I am starting off, you guys already know I did one eye off camera, and I'm going to be taking one of my Molly O'Brien brushes, and with that I am just going to use a little bit of my Born This Way concealer to go ahead and carve out my brows. So if you guys are new to my channel, I have been saying this in my latest videos that I am more into the natural brow look. I am over the Instagram brow look. I just repeat myself in my latest videos so that you guys can get to know why I do my brows off camera and why I don't use the pomade anymore. So I am just patting that concealer into place underneath the brow, making sure that I don't go too low because I will be using a eyeshadow base, and then I'm going to carve out the top of my brows. For my eyeshadow base, I will be using this base from Beauty Creations. These come in so many colors and they are pigmented. I love these so much. So I'm just taking this dark purple shade and I am laying that right above my crease so that when I lay on my first eyeshadow, I'm going to lay that right on top of this. And to lay this down, instead of using a flat brush, I just use a regular old eyeshadow brush. I personally find it easier when I use eyeshadow brushes instead of flat brushes because I feel like the fluffiness of the eyeshadow brush allows it to blend out better. So now for the star of the show, I'm going to be taking my Be Perfect Carnival 3 palette, and I'm going to be working with these plum and pink colors and also these orange colors up here. I like this palette, guys. It is very pigmented. I really think this is my favorite palette. And now I'm going to be taking the color Grape and Twilight. I'm going to be mixing those together and I'm going to pat that right on top of that purple base that I laid down. To give these colors a little bit more depth, I'm going to be taking the color Blackberry and I'm going to be laying that right on top of the colors that I laid down. Here's a trick that I learned, guys. When you lay down darker colors on top of any cut crease, it really gives it dimension and everything. So I did want to light it up a little bit, so I did go back in with the color Fruity and I laid that on top of that Blackberry that I laid down. But darker colors, y'all, I swear, like, they give your cut crease so much dimension. So now I'm just pulling my lid up and I went in with the color Pink Lily to go ahead and blend those purple shades out. And now moving on to my cut crease, I'm going to be taking my P. Louise Acid Rain to create that bubblegum pink color. So I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm laying that directly on the lid and I'm using small patting motions. Now guys, I have to say this stuff is very thick, okay? If you guys have been on my channel, you guys know that I use the P. Louise bases a lot and they are much thinner, they are a smoother consistency, and they're easier to draw your cut crease on, kind of like concealer. These Acid Rains right here are super thick, and as you guys can see, I had to lift up my eyelid and I had to use these really small patting motions because it's just very thick. So if you are a beginner or you're just not that good yet, I would hold off on these and I would stick to concealer or regular eyeshadow bases because these are thick. But if you know what you're doing and you're an expert at this, okay, and you are true to this and not new to this, I would go ahead and use these because I just love the pigment that it gives off, and I love how it makes the eyeshadow look. Like, I feel like it makes it stick on better than the actual bases. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and give these a try, I say go ahead. Now, working on my halo eye, I am going to be picking up the color Fruity, and I'm going to be laying that on the outer corners. And to achieve the halo eye look, you just have to go in a diagonal, like you're kind of making a triangle. So when you're laying down your colors, do not lay them flat, you want to lay them in a triangle. And laying down my second color, I went ahead and mixed the colors Tahiti and Lilac to get this beautiful light lavender color. And I went ahead and did the same thing. I laid them down in a diagonal motion. And for the center of the halo eye, I went ahead and laid down the color Mango, and I patted that right into place. And to go ahead and make my cut crease pop, I went ahead and laid down some black because black makes anything pop. Any cut crease, it makes it pop. Now I am taking my face paint. Yes, face paint, okay? If you are someone who does use the water activated eyeliners, I'm going to give you a little hint. Just buy some face paint, some good quality face paint, and it's the same thing, okay? Save your coin. And I'm going to be taking a nail design brush, a fresh one. I never use this on my nails, okay? Don't think that. And I am using that to draw around my cut crease. Next, to go ahead and add a little bit of pop to the center of my halo eye, I am going to be taking the Stay Wild Jelly Glitter in the color Icy from Glam. If you guys shop on Shein or Glam, make sure you guys go ahead and use my code Q4J for an extra 15% off of your purchase. So I am just taking a very small fine brush and I'm patting those sequences into place. I love glitters that already come with some type of adhesive inside of the glitter and you don't have to put your own. It just makes it so much easier, especially if you're a beginner and you think things are going to get a little bit sloppy with the glue. Go ahead and purchase these. Now, to blend out the final shade on the top of that shadow, I'm going to mix the colors Mango and Yellow to go ahead and blend that out. If you guys are new to my channel, like I said before, welcome to my channel, welcome to the family, welcome to my baes. My baes know that I do not do a look without a wing liner. So here I am taking my NYX liquid liner and I'm just drawing on my wing. This is my signature. I don't know if I could ever have a look without a wing. Like, this is just so me. Moving on to the face, I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty water jelly, and this has become a must-have inside of my makeup routine because it moisturizes my face and it gives me a nice glow. Moving on to another staple in my makeup routine, I'm going to be taking my calamine lotion that I use as a primer. And as you guys can see, I made it much easier. If you have been on my channel for a while now, you know I had it like in its original container and I will pour it onto the brush and things will get a little bit messy. So I just use this container, which I can pat my brush and then a little bit will come out and it makes everything much cleaner. Now, I know some people might be like, why calamine lotion? Like, isn't that for like rashes and stuff? Well, I know that a lot of people use the milk of magnesia, but calamine lotion is actually made for the skin. So I figured that this was a lot safer and I like it and it hasn't broken me out or anything. So what this does is it gives you a nice matte finish to your makeup. Then I'm going to be taking my LA Girl Pro color corrector in the color Yellow. I'm going to dab a little bit of that under my eyes and I'm going to blend that out with a blending sponge. I noticed that I have to just put like 3 dots because when I put a couple dots under my eyes, guys, I noticed that the color corrector ends up going all the way over my nose and my cheek, and it's not a bad thing. Once I put my foundation on, everything gets covered up, but I just don't want that much, so a little bit goes a long way. So all you need is about 2 or 3 dots underneath your eye. To go ahead and get my brushes ready, I'm going to take my Urban Decay Quick Fix. I'm going to spray a little bit of that onto my brush. And then I'm going to take my Dynamic Duo, which are my two BECCA Ultimate Coverage Foundations. I mix those together and I go ahead and I use a Instapop brush from Real Techniques and I just pat my foundation into place. And the reason that I go ahead and I use the Quick Fix is because it helps blend out the foundation more smoothly and it doesn't dry as fast. That way I have time to go ahead and blend it into my skin. Now, my reasonings for also liking the Quick Fix priming spray is because it gives my matte foundation a glow. Now, I know that sounds contradicting because it's matte, why would you want to glow? But sometimes matte foundations can be a little bit flat, if you know what I mean. Like, it can look very flat and there's no like shine bouncing off of it. Now, I don't want it to be dewy. However, the Quick Fix adds a little bit of light off the matte foundation. It helps it to kind of glisten even though it still gives you a matte finish. So that's my reasoning for mixing it with my foundation. Now, if you are someone that wears frontals and you also wear makeup, I want to know what is your technique that you use to go ahead and blend your foundation next to your frontal, because I know everybody's ways is different. What I do personally, I like to lift the frontal back a little bit and just get as closely as I can as possible because I do not want foundation in my baby hairs, and then when I go to do my baby hairs, there is like makeup in there and all that. So I just go ahead and I lift it back a little bit, but I know everybody's method is different. Now, when I was younger, I had a free lesson in a MAC Pro store in New York City by this woman named Thuthi. I will never forget her. She told me that you don't need much makeup on the forehead because that's what causes your face to look cakey. So I personally just don't even add any more makeup on my forehead. I use whatever's on the brush, and that also helps me with blending it next to the frontal. But y'all comment down below, y'all tell me, what do y'all do when y'all have to get as close to that frontal as possible? Moving on to my highlighting, I'm going to take my Born This Way concealer and I'm going to highlight underneath my eyes with this. Now, I know I've said this in a video before also, I know everybody's into this new highlighting method where they're just adding a little bit in the corner of their eye and then a little bit on the ends of their eye. Listen, it don't work for me, alright? I don't like it. I've tried it and I don't like it for some reason. I guess because I already have very high cheekbones, it just does something to my face and it makes me look completely different, and I think not in a good way. So I personally do not use that method. I'm going to stick to my triangles. Listen, they work for me, and whatever works for you works for you. Do not change your method or your routine because you found a new trick and you feel like, let me just see this is what everybody else is doing. Obviously this is what works. It might not work for you. So if something is working for you, then go ahead and continue to use it, okay? I'm not saying not to try new things, but just don't go quickly and rush into doing what everybody else is doing. So now I'm just taking this blending sponge from Juno, and I like these because they're like micro velvet. I love the way they feel on my face. So I'm just taking these sponges and I'm going to go ahead and blend out everywhere that I've highlighted and put concealer. To go ahead and set all of that highlight, I'm going to be using this Fenty setting powder in the color Honey. Now, if you are a person with dark skin or medium to dark skin, this setting powder is perfect for you. I also use a translucent one, but I like to lay this down first because it matches more with my skin tone. So if you were looking for a setting powder that doesn't give you a ashy look, I would suggest this one for you. Now, the reason that I like these Juno sponges and that velvet feeling that it has is because it really helps in blending out powders. So I like to go ahead and use sponges to blend my powders into my highlights. And what it is about these velvet sponges is that those little microfibers on the sponge, it helps. It's kind of like a brush and a sponge put together, and it helps blend out the powder flawlessly. Next, to go ahead and contour, I'm going to be using my Fenty bronzing powder along with another one of my Molly O'Brien brushes. I really do like these brushes, guys. I'm guessing these are my new favorite brushes because I do adore them. So I'm going to be giving you guys a full review on all of my brushes that I have from this company. To set my entire face, I'm going to be using another Fenty product, which is the Fenty Powder Foundation, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. And I never even realized how much Fenty I use, guys. Like, I guess I'm really in my Fenty head now. I guess you can say that. You know, a lot of people have their opinions about Fenty and they're kind of not good, but I personally like it. I like Rihanna's products, I'm not gonna lie. So now I'm taking my Laura Mercier powder and I'm giving myself a extra highlighted boost. And then after that, I'm gonna take that same Fenty powder foundation that I used and I'm gonna dust away all of that powder and blend it together. And now I'm going back in with my NYX eyeliner, and I'm just going over the wing that I made just in case any powder got into it and it kind of made it dull. I'm going back over that so that I can have a nice perfect matte black. And here I'm taking my Morphe Coca Cola highlighter along with another one of my Molly O'Brien brushes, and I am applying that highlighter to my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my forehead. Up the face, I'm taking my Urban Decay Deslick setting spray and I am setting my entire face with that. I did cover my eyes, but then I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna bother. Now I'm taking my Neutrogena gel eyeliner. Yes, eyeliner. Hi, if you're new to my channel, like I said before, welcome to my channel. On my channel, I like to use a eyeliner as a lip liner. Why, you ask? Let me tell you why. I use it as a lip liner because it gives me that perfect shade of brown. And babes, if you've been on my channel, you already know that. But then I go ahead and I take a actual lip liner to blend out that brown so that it doesn't give me a harsh line around my lips. Fenty again. Yes, Fenty again. I'm taking this Fenty lip gloss and I'm just applying that to my lips, and this is so smooth, you guys. Like, I'm telling you, I love Fenty lip gloss. Like, Rihanna really did her thing with this line. And for my final step, I'm going to be taking my lashes, and when I say my lashes, I literally mean my lashes, because these lashes are from my line that I have been working on and I'm dropping soon. And I know you guys are like, you keep saying that you're going to drop this line, but listen, I want my line to be quality, okay? I don't want no rushed, unprofessional line. So I'm taking my time and I'm gonna get it right, all right? And I promise you, when my line drops, you guys are gonna be the first one to know about it, okay? So I just went ahead and I applied my lashes, And we pretty much done here. Here's the full look. I'm just fixing my lashes a little bit, making sure that everything is perfect and nothing is crooked. And voila, here is my final look, you guys, that I have created with the Be Perfect Carnival 3 palette. I really do like this palette. The colors are pigmented, and you guys are going to be seeing me use this a lot more on my channel. So like I always say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so that you can get notified every single time that I upload, okay? Also, make sure you guys go ahead and keep up with me and keep in touch with me, and follow me on Instagram at Jaiye.Pierre. Now, I know some people don't have Instagram, so on the screen, I'm going to leave a list of all my social media platforms. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow me on each one that you have, and I will catch you guys in my next video, okay, babes? Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.